Have you ever felt like you were outgrowing everyone? You thought that, why does it feel like no one's aligning with me anymore? Why do I feel like I don't belong? Even with the people that I used to love the most. If you're asking that, you are not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're just evolving. If you feel like you're outgrowing other people, that's totally natural. We all go through that. I mean, I've been through it so many times. I'm going to share why you're outgrowing certain people and what you can do with your relationships when they no longer fit the woman that you're becoming. So why are you outgrowing people? This happens when your values shift, when the way you see yourself in the world changes, and maybe you're healing generational trauma. Maybe you're no longer okay being a people pleaser. Maybe you're finally choosing you after years of self-abandonment. And as you heal and you grow and you rise, you raise your frequency. So sometimes your frequency will be higher than others, and you won't match those people that are still stuck in maybe a lower frequency. And that's okay. Some people do meet you along the journey eventually, but you don't need to stay where they are. You can still keep evolving. And sometimes the people who matched your past won't match your future. So it's not about superiority. It's not about alignment. It's, the version of you that's tolerated those crumbs is gone. That is no longer you. You're ready to grow and you're craving connection and people that see you, people that hear you, and people that reflect your growth. So here are some signs that you might be outgrowing people. So you'll start to notice these things. You feel very drained after certain conversations. And I know for me, that happens a lot when some people will ask me, hey, do you want to go on a coffee date? And I might catch myself saying, do I really want to go on that coffee date? Because last time I felt very drained leaving that conversation. So there might be moments where you just don't feel like you resonate with those people, they're talking over you or too much about themselves, that you feel like, there's no room for you. It's okay to leave those people behind. It's okay to say no to those coffee dates. And another sign that you've outgrown someone is that you're no longer excited to share your dreams with them. It doesn't feel exciting to say, hey, this happened to me today. It just feels like it's a waste of energy. I really don't feel like talking about it. And the other thing is that these people may not celebrate your wins, like they minimize them. They might start to, maybe it might trigger something in them. Maybe they feel jealous of you in some way because you have this win and they're projecting that onto themselves. They're not happy for you because internally they're not really happy with themselves. So really those people might not be your best support systems. And another sign is that you're shrinking yourself around these people to keep the peace. If you find yourself starting to feel like I've got to minimize myself and what I say and my excitement and my confidence in myself or my achievements or the way I choose to show up and my values and my opinions and just being authentic, that part is you shrinking if you're not able to do those things. And you can recognize those things by just listening to your inner voice as it gets louder. It's going to say things to you. It's going to be like, this is not feeling good. This is uncomfortable. And that voice is whispering to you, this isn't aligned anymore. And it hurts, but it's real. And just ignoring those things delays your expansion, the expansion that you have been waiting for. So let's get to the good stuff. What do you do about this? Now, here's what I want you to remember. You can love people and still choose distance. Like there's certain family members that people have that they just don't want to be around all the time. And they tolerate that space in certain times, certain seasons. And that's okay. You can still choose distance and you can honor the past and you can release the present. So here's how I move through it with my grace. And maybe you can take away something from this. And maybe you have already. Maybe you've already been doing this in a way. So number one is really stop seeking permission. Like not everybody will understand you and that's okay. They won't understand your growth. That's okay. They won't understand your, evolvement. They won't understand your authenticity. They won't understand this version of you because you're changing and that's okay. Number two is bless and release. Bless and release. Thank them silently for the role that they played and let go. Because usually people in our lives all often play a role in a season. Somebody told me this once. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, you know? So they come there for a purpose. And if they're staying with you for a lifetime, great. If they're there for a reason, great. They're there to teach you something. If they're there for a season, great. That's a good time. So don't look at it as I have to stick with these people forever. They're a part of your journey. They're a part of you evolving. And the sooner you recognize where they fit and where they no longer fit, then you can continue growing. You can continue evolving without permission, without seeking validation from them or shrinking yourself to fit into that space that's no longer your present. So bless them, release them, thank them silently for the roles that they played, and just let go. The next one is creating space. You want to, not have to cut ties with cruelty. Sometimes you just need to stop pouring your energy where it is not returned. So what I do usually is if I feel like, I want somebody out of my life, but I don't want them out totally. I just don't want to feel the obligation every time they message me or call me that I have to, be like, I have to be nice because I'm a people pleaser, right? Let's just face it. A lot of us are. And a lot of people, I want to be nice to them if they're trying to get a hold of me or go out with them and stuff. But what I usually do is if it's a negative energy, I'll always say, put a ring around me in the mornings and I'll do like a little meditation and I'll say, universe, do not allow spirit guide, whoever source, do not allow any negative energies to come into my space and allow me to cut them all off. And slowly but surely, I don't know if this has worked for any of you here. If it has, leave it in the comments because I feel like people leave my life when I ask the universe and, I'm like, I just don't want to do it anymore, or they will leave me for a little while and then they will change or evolve in their own space because I felt like maybe I was a part of them being stuck and now they're like, okay, they're growing on their own, which is good. And then they may come back and that's okay too. But by then I have already set my boundaries and I am already hyper aware of where they can get into my energy field and when I can shut that down, right? So the next thing is to call in new aligned energy, and you need to join spaces, circles, communities where people, come to evolve together. So that could be this space, this YouTube channel that I just started, because there's women like you who are just searching for more aligned connections. Women like me who are just searching for people that understand me and get it. And, they're not all like about self-absorption. They understand that in community we grow together, but we also have to have aligned values and we have to be wanting to evolve and grow together. And so join those kinds of circles. If you find a circle of women or even a couple people, it doesn't even have to be like 50 people or whatever. It could be like one or two people that you really like and you get to know and you start talking about things that are not so superficial. A lot of times conversations can be very superficial. And I know that a lot of times I have to subject myself to that around certain people that I don't want to. But that just comes with the territory. But I need to know, and you need to know how to protect that energy when you are in those situations where you don't want to be always trying to protect your energy all the time. So really what I like to do is go into a situation when I know that my energy is going to be invaded is just put a protective barrier again around me. But I walk into a room and I'm like, I do not need to give too much of my energy today. I can take in enough and I know when enough is enough, right? And so you're in it with the intention of really being authentic to you and not trying to perform in a room or trying to shrink yourself in a room, right? So oftentimes we do that around different energies that are maybe, more exasperated than is that a word? Exasperated? Yeah, they're bigger than us, whatever. So here is a space where we're being very authentic with ourselves. So I will make mistakes as I go. So you're not meant to keep every person on your journey, and some are chapters, not the whole story, right? So in closing, say outgrowing people is a price of becoming who you were meant to be, right? It's not about becoming cold or detached. It's about choosing authenticity over obligation. So if you're in a season where you feel lonely and you're grieving what used to be, the people that you used to be around, the people that were familiar to you. Just know this, that you are not alone, you are not wrong, and you're just rising. And you need to celebrate that because you're at a different level than you were, a different frequency than you were, and it's okay to let go of people. It's okay to let go of other frequencies that drain you and don't make you feel like you're best or that you're enough or deserving. Recognize those things. Be more aware of those people around you, because I like to say, if I'm going to hang around 5 negative people, I'm going to be the 6th one. If I'm going to hang around, 5 positive rich people, millionaires, I'm going to be the 6th one. So really surround yourself with people that really understand and get where you're at, or on the same level as you, or are growing alongside you. That way, you have people to count on when you can call them up and say, hey, this is going on, and they will get it 100%. And oftentimes we women are very misunderstood. And we know that being a woman is hard as it is, but being around other women can be even harder, because you've been told all those years that, you're not good enough as a kid because you need to fit into these cliques. We're not doing cliques anymore, guys. We are rebels. Today, we become the rebel in our own life. That's what this channel is about. So let this be your permission to grow wildly, unapologetically, and without the guilt, okay? And if this spoke to your soul, comment the word "I'm rising below," or just comment. Just say hello, say, yeah, I get it, or like, I don't get it, whatever. Like, be nice though. Let's just build this community of rebellious women who are ready to take up space and own their truth. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is a new channel, and I know, like, I don't know, I just want to reach the right people. We're not looking at metrics and how to do this perfectly. We're just speaking, and I'm going to share a lot, and I'm going to share a lot of my journey as well, and maybe some spiritual stuff like EFT tapping, and what I've learned along the journey, and how you can implement these things in your life as well, where I do need to share where I am right now so you understand, but that'll be another video. But I hope you subscribe so that you could maybe hear the video. Around here, we're not afraid to grow, and we're not afraid to outgrow people or what no longer fits us. So I will see you next time, and don't forget, subscribe. Bye.